Self-fulfilling prophecy. Forgot that from before. This is AugustusLarch. And I'm just about breaking my camera. Little tripod. But the tax thing, the new tax news. Okay. They're gonna keep the tax cuts. But what does it mean? People are still getting income taxed. That means their gross earnings get taxed. They get them taken away from them. And then they get this instrument called a refund, which is a mind control instrument, to make them think like, oh, I'm getting free money, after they've been being gouged all year long. That's just tax people to death when you tax their gross earnings. You take them right off the top. You take Social Security, which they're probably never going to see again, the way it's been mismanaged. It's a nice little flowing well group insurance program at one time, but it's been totally screwed around. And this idea that they keep track of your earnings, you got to report all your earnings, and it's called income tax. Let me tell you what, income tax is unconstitutional. And I quit paying in 2006, I think was my last year. I didn't file the next year because I didn't get a tax refund. Everybody was supposed to get a tax refund. I didn't get anything. I didn't get no, what was it called? Some kind of check that Obama came up with, or somebody came up with it. You were supposed to get it, if you filed your taxes, you would get a rebate. That's what it was. I never saw my rebate. So pretty much, I was filing under a sole proprietorship, business earnings. So I wasn't getting my gross earnings taxed, which everybody should do. Just file your taxes on a different line item. And tell them at work, no, I'm not reporting anything, and I don't need to. And it's irrelevant with company policy. So, yeah, just give me my full paycheck. I won't have any withheld, thank you. And you can file expenses. You can only have to pay taxes on your profit that you make over the year. A percentage of your profits, which it should be. Which all corporate tax is. People say, well, how are we going to pay for the military? How are we going to pay for roads? The corporate tax pays for the military. If you've got a corporation, a traditional corporation, this was a C Corp, or an S Corp, or a limited liability company, then you have to file quarterly with the government, and for that little give and take, you only have to pay taxes on your profits. You can write off pretty much anything. A lot of expenses. If you're doing a business, it's well worth it. Otherwise, you can file under business earnings on the 1040 too. Have your tax preparer do that for you. And then you don't have any income withheld. You pay a tiny little fee at the end of the year. But I won't even pay that. Because income tax, I later found out, is unconstitutional. The 13th Amendment was never ratified. They just didn't ratify it. And the whole IRS system is just this strong arm protection racket that protects the Federal Reserve. They steal money from working people and give it to the Federal Reserve, who borrows money on the taxpayer's behalf to control the money system. It's convoluted, I know, and unconstitutional. All the money that gets paid to income tax is already spent, and it's owed, and that money is owed to the Federal Reserve. And the only thing they do is create money with an incentive to create more money and build inflation, because they're banks and they get paid 3% for all the money they create. So if they create more money, that 3% ends up being proportionally larger. And this has been allowed to go on for, it's going to be 100 years now. This is what Americans are all about. It ain't no thinking thing. It's a no-brainer. You're thinking too hard. I hate that. I hate that sentiment in the world. That's why we're in this mess that we're in right now. Obama. He's such a freaking dink. He is. Worse than Bush because he has this two-faced idea. I mean, at least Bush was honest with his haphazardness. I mean, he actually believed what he was doing. Something with Barack Obama, he's in bed with the Wall Street people and the bankers. And he just plays the cards just the way they want them to be played now, doesn't he? Oh, what a guy. Oh, he's just a puppet. He's a little tiny, tiny puppet. And I hope somebody makes a real puppet out of him in a human taxidermy sort of thing. And I'm allowed to say that because that's expression. That's called First Amendment. Eat it! Okay? So I'm not paying income tax, and I urge you out there not to pay income tax either. Give the IRS the big freaking finger. And go to court. Don't be like Wesley Snipes. He tried to hide his earnings. Just go in there and say, I don't have to pay taxes. And you don't have any law that says I have to. So screw you. I'm out of here. You can just have off with yourself somewhere. Yeah. So this is AugustusLarch telling you about income taxes and the puppet government and all this mind control bullshit they try to run down your throat. Don't swallow any of it. Thank you for watching YouTube. This is AugustusLarch.